Hi there. How are you? How was your weekend? It's good to be back. It was a quick weekend. It was a rainy Sunday. It poured, but Saturday was good. How was it for you? Well, this is Resilient Lives coming to check on you. Yes, we're still sheltered in and we're still seeking to support each other and make sure that everything is going along okay. And we are getting close to Memorial Day. Can you believe that? And so it's just interesting how time is passing. Lots of students are graduating and having those different types of graduation ceremonies. We seem to have learned how to adapt to all of these changes and to go on with our ways of being. So I just wanted to say hey and check in on you. And so here we are. Last week we talked about a lot of things, so just want to drop a little nugget to tide you through this day. This seems to be birthday month in my family, and on Saturday we did a little birthday drive-by visit. And normally the traffic, the pandemic traffic on the highways is really light, so we were expecting a short trip, but there was a pileup, and we were wondering, well, what is this? And it seems as though there was a 4-car accident, and wow, traffic was backed up. We couldn't figure it out. And so we looked at the, that GPS to see how we could get out of it. And I just thought about this seems to be what we're doing during this whole pandemic. Of course, not getting stuck in accidents, but we seem to be accommodating changes. We seem to be running into obstacles every which way we turn. There's the job issues. How are we going to manage without jobs? There's the financial issues. There is the loss of life. It just seems like there's so many obstacles, and we're being forced to accommodate and adapt. And so I as I looked at that, I thought, wow, we are learning new skills. And we're learning them quickly because we didn't get a pre-warning. We didn't get any notice. And yet we're trying to live life as normally. And I say that kind of loosely because it's really not normal to be quarantined indoors for months. But we are doing this so that we can stay safe. But as we are getting used to this quarantine pace of life, we're looking at how quickly we run into obstacles, and yet we're trying to accommodate and adapt. We have lots of Zoom classes for yoga and exercise, and today I did a buddy walk with a friend. Now she was walking outside, I was inside on my bike, but it was for support because sometimes you lose your drive, you just lose all sense of why should I do this? But when you know that you have someone else that is accommodating you and supporting you and checking in, then it helps you to be more accountable. And so she called, and so I rode the bike longer. That's just another example of what we're doing to accommodate and adapt to this pandemic. And our emotions kind of get a little erratic because we don't know how to feel sometimes, because sometimes we're angry, sometimes we're sad, sometimes we just don't know how to feel. But we're looking at obstacles, and what we're actually noticing is that the obstacles become opportunities. Where before, when I would think about obstacles, I'd say, oh, but obstacles aren't stopping us now. Have you noticed that? Opportunities are what's happening. Just like when we got stuck in traffic, we didn't say, well, we got to figure out how to get off of here and go back home. We said, no, we've got to go. And so we will figure out how to find a new way. And that's what we're doing today. We're finding a new way to send a little virtual hug, to send some support, to see that each of us are thriving. So this is really interesting that something like this would bring out some new ways of doing things. But we're learning that even though this was not our norm, this is there's always hope, and we can always learn a new way. So I just wanted to remind you that somebody cares about you and is looking to support you and see that you're thriving, and just to remind you that we're hanging in here, we're doing this, we are accommodating and adapting to most things. People are going to church services and streaming in attendance, and we're survivors. We're not only are we're thriving, but we're gonna survive this, and we must remember to keep ourselves in check. So if we're nervous, then we have to keep our nerves in check. If our emotions are kind of getting the best of us, then we have to look at controlling the emotions and seeing what is the trigger. And then if we're worried, the best thing is to stay in the moment. It's called mindfulness. Let's not worry about tomorrow. Let's just stay in the moment and think on what we're doing right now. So I think, from what I hear, we're doing a good job, and I just wanted to remind you, even as we get ready to have the world reopened, this is a different time, and so we have to look at doing different things in a different time. This is pandemic time, but we are thriving and supporting one another. And we are learning that when we have obstacles, which in the past would be trials and would take us down, we're learning to turn those trials into triumphs. And we're learning to accommodate and adapt. And that's huge. That is huge. Who would have thought that we would learn to do it so quickly? So I just want to applaud what you're doing. I want you to keep doing, keep safe. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. So love you. Take care. Bye-bye.